because you have a lot of things that you do that are pretty similar to where I'm functioning and operating. You and I haven't had a discussion about high performance and burnout. It's something that I deal with potential clients. What do you think, Rachel, is the number one mistake that high performers make that leads to burnout? What's the number one mistake that we make?
I actually think that high achievers can have a number of traits, and their environments can make them more vulnerable to poor mental health, and they can have a tendency to deny or ignore symptoms that exacerbates that vulnerability. And perhaps just to explain that in a little bit more detail. So what I can often see from high achievers is that they are ambitious, they do have that constant drive, and they do have very high expectations, and then they'll be driven by that dopamine system. And I know this is something that I experience myself at times, which is that you get the thing done, you achieve the project, the task, you get those things and you get that dopamine hit, and that then creates slightly more compulsive behaviors, and we reframe our stress because we think, well, do you know what, no, I'm not stressed, or I can reframe this and I can push myself harder and harder and harder till ultimately it can lead to stress, to burnout, to poor health over time. And I think that the other thing with high achievers, when I mentioned about their environment, is that very often because they set high expectations for themselves, and they often operate in high performing environments,